course, the play, bats, and balls may enter the stands, so we ask you to please stay alert at all times. Also, fans are prohibited from entering the playing field at any time. Violators will be subject to ejection from the ballpark, fine, and arrest. And we thank you for your cooperation. The Sugar Land Skeeters of the Royal Hermit are proud to present the Kids in 3 program for the 2018 season. Kids 12 and under, wearing your athletic league jersey or uniform, and receive free one-time admission to any Skeeters game this season. And thanks to the Royal Hermit, kids make sure to wear your team jersey for a free lawn ticket to any game this season. Fans of Skeeters and Republic Services want you to remember that this is a litter-free event. Please dispose of all trash and recycling in the proper receptacles. And to help you with this effort, our friendly ushers will be collecting trash during the 3rd and 6th innings. The Skeeters and Republic Services thank you for helping keep Constellation Field beautiful. Sugar Land Skeeters fans, you already know you're the best fans in minor league baseball. And fans 21 and older can sign up to be a designated driver during tonight's game and receive a free keychain and free 22-ounce fountain drink. Stop by the Classic Chevrolet Customer Service Desk. It's located at the top of Section 16 to sign up today. Designated driver, enjoy great times. It's a message from Budweiser, Silver Eagle Distributors, Legends Hospitality Management, and the Sugar Land Skeeters. Fans, if you're looking for an awesome event venue that will impress your guests and leave a lasting impression, you're in luck. Constellation Field is a year-round, full-service special events venue that can be booked for family reunions, corporate meetings, festivals, everything in between. For more information, check out the Skeeters Events website at sugarlandskeeters.com. Part of a non-profit organization that needs to raise money? Look no further than Constellation Field. The Sugar Land Skeeters and Legends Hospitality Management allow non-profits and organizations to work concession stands at Constellation Field and raise money for their groups. For more information or to sign up for the program, contact the Skeeters Legends Hospitality General Manager, Greg Hernandez, at greg.hernandez@legends.net. Work a baseball game and raise money for your group. It's a winning combination. Fans, if you are injured or become ill during your visit to Constellation Field, we ask that you please visit the first aid station that's located on the breezeway in Section 11, located near the main first base concession area. Hey kids, show Swanson and other young Skeeters fans that you're a fan of the Skeeters by becoming an exclusive member of the Kids Club today. Sponsored by Sugar Mill Montessori and Meadow Montessori Schools, you'll receive a number of awesome member benefits, including a ticket to each Sunday home game, front of the line access to kids on the bases, and much, much more. To purchase, visit sugarlandskeeters.com. TDECU is proud to support the Sugar Land Skeeters during the 2018 season. As the largest credit union in the Houston area with 16 branches, TDECU is looking forward to supporting and serving Skeeters fans on the road to financial independence. Find out how. Go to tdecu.org for more information on how to join. Skeeters fans, we hope you enjoy your visit to Constellation Field. We want to remind you that nothing goes in baseball like an ice cold Coca-Cola. Be sure to stop by any of our concession stands and grab yourself some of that Coca-Cola goodness. Hot Skeeters baseball and ice cold Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. Uber is a preferred ride of the Sugar Land Skeeters. Use code GOSKEETERS for $20 off your first ride. Leaving Constellation Field, get a ride in minutes by heading over to the Uber pickup and drop-off area located in Long Beach just across the bridge. Remember, use the promo code GOSKEETERS using Uber after tonight's game. The Sugar Land Skeeters would like to thank Houston Landscapes Unlimited for keeping the areas around Constellation Field beautiful. Houston Landscapes Unlimited, let your dreams grow with us. The Sugar Land Skeeters would like to thank Pamela Printing for being the preferred printer of the Sugar Land Skeeters. Pamela Printing, serving the Foreman community for over 50 years. On behalf of the Sugar Land Skeeters and Constellation Field, we thank you, the fans, for all of your support. Constellation Field, home of the Sugar Land Skeeters, is powered by Constellation Energy. Fans, while you're here, check out the Bud Light Ice House. It's featuring a full-service bar, great beers on tap, your favorite Budweiser products, and good guys wearing white. Our man out there is manning the grill with some burgers, fries, sausages, hot dogs. Fans, I'm telling you, the best stuff is going on right now. And not only that, we've got a great beer tasting going on at the Bud Light Ice House, featuring some great breweries, including St. Arnold's, The Label, Golden Road, Carbide, Breckenridge, of course, Anheuser-Busch. Fans, head on over So enjoy some ice cold Bud Lights, get you some great craft beers, some great grilled meats, and who knows, if you're in the right place at the right time, you might just catch a home run ball. It is all going down right now. Bud Light Ice House. And Memorial Herman presents today's injury report. Currently we have a report. Nobody open the single list. Memorial Herman, official healthcare provider to Shirley Skeeters, advancing health. Alright, fans, this time we ask you to turn your attention to the home plate area. Ladies and gentlemen, see these fine young students from Oak Forest Elementary. That is Jazz Band. They're getting ready to perform for us here at Constellation Field. Alright. Jazz Band, it is all you.
The Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dent's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from Constellation Field here in Sugar Land, Texas. Welcome to game number 30 of York Revolution baseball. Tonight, the rubber match of 3 as the Revs wrap up their first visit to the Lone Star State and the first leg of this road trip, taking on the Sugar Land Skeeters. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry with you. Welcome to Revs Baseball. Revs got a 3-2 win here on travel day to Sugar Land, overcoming the canceled flight, all the different travel arrangements that had to be made on the fly. That was a huge win, and really one of the great wins early this season to do all of that. Last night, though, a couple of big innings were the culprit as the 3-game winning streak was snapped. Revs had won 6 of their last 7, but last night handed a 9-5 loss, so tonight it's the rubber match of this series. They go for their first series win here since May of 2015 when they took 2 out of 3 in a rain-shortened series, what would have been a 4-game set. And they've had some splits along the way since then, but looking for their first series win here in a little over 3 years. Last night there were some highlights, and the Revs struck first, scoring in the first inning, and Wellington Dotel did it by extending his hitting streak. In back, here's Dotel swinging, lines it hard the other way. Phipps is back, and it's over his head. All the way to the fence in front of the Revs bullpen, and Casilla around third will score, relay to third, and Dotel is tagged out trying to make it a triple, but it's a 14-game hitting streak for him, and he drives in the first run of the night. The Revs with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. And an inning later, Jose Cuevas ballooning that lead to 4-0. He deals. And a swing and a high drive, deep left center. Barnes chasing this one at the fence. It's gone! Jose Cuevas, a 3-run home run. Launches it into the playground in left center. And Wilson and Burgess will wait for him at the plate. The Revs jump to a 4-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. His first home run with the Revs, and it came behind in the count. Marshall left one up, and Cuevas launches it out. Well, that was a big start, but the Skeeters in the bottom of the second inning, a 5-run rally as they went in front. Revs were trailing 5-4 in the 5th, and Dotel was the one to bring them even. The 0-2, swinging a fly ball right center. It's not deep. Barnes comes over, calls off the right fielder. Mitchell tags, coming home. Throw is late. He scores. We're tied. And Casilla goes to second on it. Sac fly for Wellington Dotel. And we're tied at 5 here in the top of the 5th. But the Revs, who had a chance in the 7th inning, had 2 on with 1 out. Alexi Casilla, a line drive that appeared ticketed for a go-ahead run. It was at the first baseman Chavez, though, an inning-ending double play. And then in the very next half inning, the bottom of the 7th, Sugar Land strung together a 4-run inning and basically put the game away. The Revs did threaten right away in the 8th, loading the bases with no outs, an infield hit from Dotel, and then reliever Kyle Winkler walking a couple. He had to be bailed, but Felipe Paulino, their closer, came in for a 6-out save, and including all 3 outs in the 8th inning, did not allow the Revs to score out of that threat. So a rubber match here tonight as we'll get going shortly. York 16-13. They entered the day 6 back in the Freedom Division. Lancaster did win already, completing a sweep of Southern Maryland. So that is what it is, but the Revs will try to get out of here with a series win. Sugar Land is 21-12. They entered the day in second place, 3 games back, and 3 games in front of the Revs for that second place standing. Tonight, it'll be Dominic Severino getting back to full strength, we hope, we believe. He's 2-1 with a 2.81 ERA, and he has looked a lot better and seemingly has felt a lot better here this week after a nasty stomach bug that impacted him in his last start. He still battled to go 4 innings and leave with a chance for the team to win, which they did. He only gave up 2 runs in that start. Right-hander Dallas Beeler will go for Sugar Land. He's 1-1 with an ERA of 2.79. We'll get our first look at him here today as well. Coming up on the pregame, we'll take a look around the Atlantic League on this Sunday afternoon, turn Sunday evening. Now we'll get Mace's thoughts on a tough one here last night, but today's matchup as well as they try to take 2 out of 3 down here in their first visit to Texas. First pitch tonight set for 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 here in the Houston suburbs on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
Hey guys, is it time to get your hair in the game? Time to claim your spot! Then it's time to check in online at sportclips.com/check-in for a fresh cut, legendary hot steam towel, and massaging shampoo. Time to claim your spot! So do your hair a favor by checking in online and arrive just in time for your Sport Clips MVP haircut experience while you surround yourself with sports on TV. Get in line online at sportclips.com/check-in. Time to claim your spot!
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
York Country Day School is an independent college preparatory school. It inspires and nurtures the innovative and creative spirit of students as they pursue their intellectual promise. At York Country Day School, students are known and valued, which allows them to engage as compassionate, bold, and active citizens as they identify a purpose outside of themselves and generate the call to better the world. York Country Day School is currently enrolling students beginning at age 2 years, 7 months through grade 12. We invite you to visit for a day and stay for the education of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.ycds.org.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Revs and the Skeeters coming up today to wrap up the Atlantic League schedule on this Sunday. This is the late game. Scores from around the league earlier, games completed on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster trailed 5-2 in the 8th inning. They scored 4 runs off Craig Stem and beat Southern Maryland 6-5. They complete a 4-game sweep. They've won 5 in a row, now 25-9, and continue to distance themselves in the Freedom Division race. Sugar Land right now 3.5 back, and the Revs 6.5 back entering this game today. So a half game will be moved in either direction depending on what takes place here this evening. Somerset, meanwhile, the Liberty Division leader, and they completed a series win 2 out of 3 against the Road Warriors. They did lose last night, but a 4-1 win today. Vince Molesky, 6 scoreless innings in the start for his first win. Gave up only 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 9. Somerset in that victory improved to 20-12. Their lead remains 3.5 over Long Island because the Ducks won in 15 innings, 4-2, on a walk-off home run by Lou Ford. They beat the New Britain Bees today, and in the 7th inning, there was a call that was overturned twice, and both managers were ejected. Wally Backman of New Britain, Kevin Baez of Long Island. So there was some fireworks in that one, but the Ducks win it in 15 on Lou Ford's walk-off home run. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Our game, all that remains in the Atlantic League, some Sunday night baseball here from Sugar Land, and we'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report coming up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Nitro Circus presents the Next Level Tour. In 2018, we're stepping things up a notch and taking the world's biggest ramps on the road. These are the ramps that have only been seen at Travis Pastrana's house and the Nitro World Games. And now they're coming to you. So come check it out, York. This tour is too big for indoors. This tour is Next Level. Coming to People's Bank Park on Friday, June 15th. Tickets on sale now through nitrocircus.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, man, it's a tough one here last night. I know one thing, in this ballpark, you have to try to get guys to beat you to right field where it's very deep. Unfortunately, last night they had some big hits to left field here, and was that as simple as pitch execution or anything else that you want to see?
Well, I think that it was just we didn't execute the pitches. I think we were, we were locating in the right area. The catchers were setting up there. But, we were missing with our location, and we were leaving a lot of balls inside. And, to their credit, the right-handers they pulled them, and they hit some, had a home run to left and a couple doubles to left. So, we just didn't execute our pitches yesterday. But we had a good plan. We couldn't get it done.
Dotel has had a workout in left field in this series. What have you seen from him defensively, some of the balls that he has been able to go get?
No, he's been fine out there. He's done really well. He's covered a lot of ground to probably rob them of some hits that maybe they could have had as well. So, I think he's playing a really good outfield. And, it doesn't matter who we have in center field, whether it's Witherspoon or Silva. And you got Dotel out there, and if we put Mesa out there and left one of those two guys and Mitch in right, we cover a lot of ground in that outfield. So when balls are actually hit into gaps that we can't get to, that's pretty legitimate hits on the other team's part. So, but Wellington, he's actually been, I think, better than I thought that I remembered him being in the outfield.
A little bit of a mixed bag offensively. Get some big hits early and build that lead, but then obviously late in the game they go to their closer in the 8th inning, and he gets out of a huge opportunity that your guys had. What was your takeaway from the way that played out?
Well, they scored 9 runs in 2 innings, so we couldn't get off the field there for 2 innings, and we had a chance to do some damage with, bases loaded, nobody out, and we couldn't get anybody home. So, unfortunately, we've seen that at times, during this season so far. And, I just, there were some borderline calls on balls and strikes too. But I'm not going to put it all on the umpire. I thought the strike 3 call on Cuevas was kind of, up and away and out of the zone. And I think Zach Wilson was on second base at the time, and he told me after the inning, he said that pitch was way off the plate. And I know Cuevas was upset about that, but and then we had in the second inning when we were in the field, we had Chavez 0-2. And then to me, I thought the ball hit the bat, and the umpire told me that it hit his hand, but for the ball hitting his hand, there was kind of a weird reaction because there was no reaction. Usually you're jumping around or holding it, but so anyhow, that kind of started that 5-run onslaught. So it just was kind of a weird game in that way. We had opportunities, didn't capitalize. We had them on the mat, and we just we couldn't finish it. So that's credit to them, but we'll try to get them today.
I've got Severino today, and roughly a week later, at least 5 days later, I guess, does he feel like a new man after what he went through last week?
Yeah, I think I haven't heard him complain too much. The last time I heard him say anything was when we were still in York, so he seems fine for today. We'll keep an eye on him, though, because believe it or not, today is the hottest day of the 3 since we've been here. I was just outside walking. It was like 99 degrees, so it's going to be warm. So we'll keep an eye on Dom. But, overall, he said he feels fine.
Bullpen pretty full if you have to piece it together that way?
Yeah, we're okay in the bullpen. We only used a couple guys last night, and, the guys that threw the first night, none of them threw last night. So they're all available for sure. And some of the guys we used last night, we didn't use them very long, so we can back-to-back some guys. But I think Dom will be okay. And, we'll just try to get out of here with 2 out of 3 and then head up to New Britain, where looking at the forecast, it's going to be about 35 degrees colder than it is here right now. So, and of course, rain in the forecast. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, Mace. Thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Final few notes of the national anthem performed by a local jazz band. I believe they said an elementary school group down on the field. Skeeters have taken the field with some Little League buddies here before this Sunday afternoon tilt. And back home, a little past 7 o'clock, we'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Starting lineups today brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Revs, Melky Mesa was scratched. He's got a little bit of leg soreness. They hope to get him back maybe even tomorrow, but he was out. So a little bit different lineup put together. It's not different in the way that it's normally constructed, but different from what Mace had when he first wrote it out this afternoon. Jared Mitchell in right field will lead things off. Alexi Casilla, second base. He bats second. Wellington Dotel will DH and hit third. Batting cleanup at first base is Michael Burgess. Zach Wilson at third base will hit fifth. Jose Cuevas, the shortstop, batting sixth. Travis Witherspoon, center fielder, hits seventh. Ruby Silva in left field is batting eighth. And Tyler Clark will get the start behind the plate with Severino and bat ninth. Again, Mitchell, Casilla, Dotel, Burgess, Wilson, Cuevas, Witherspoon, Silva, and Clark for the Revs. That lineup facing Dallas Beeler, who goes through his warm-ups as we speak. Sugarland's lineup today, they'll have Barrett Barnes in center field leading off. Albert Cordero, the third baseman, bats second. Derek Norris will catch and hit third. Cleanup man Matt Chavez at first. Dennis Phipps is the DH hitting fifth. Kyle Kubica in right field bats sixth. Courtney Hawkins, left fielder, will bat seventh. Anthony Jansanti, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Alvaro Rondon at shortstop will round it out again. Barnes, Cordero, Norris, Chavez, Phipps, Kubica, Hawkins, Jansanti, and Rondon for the Skeeters. Beeler is ready to go. Mitchell digs in. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch of today's game. Overhead wide. He fires, and Mitchell swings and foul tips one into the mitt. And we are underway. Strike one. It's a 6:07 Central Time first pitch. Both teams in alternate unis here today, as Mitchell in there on an 8-game hitting streak awaits. And Beeler misses inside. It's a ball and a strike. Revs in the alternate blue. Sugarland is in alternate black jerseys with white and blue stripes on the bottom half. 1-1. And a swing and a bouncer down to first. Couple big hops to Chavez right near the bag. He'll step on it. 3 unassisted, and that is how our game begins. Beeler coming in 1-1 at 2.79 ERA, 6 outings, 2 starts. Today, his 3rd start, 19 1/3 innings, only 12 hits and 6 runs allowed, and just 5 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opponents have hit only 176, and he has not given up a home run. Here is Alexi. And Beeler with the pitch to him. A swing and a foul back, out of play. Beeler is 6'5", 225-pound righty. Casilla tied for 8th in the league in hitting, 333. And the 0-1, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Good tight hook from Beeler, who has made it to the majors with the Cubs, the team that he came up with. 5 major league starts in 2014 and 15 combined. 0-2, and Casilla tried to check a ball in the dirt. He's rung up. Blocked by Norris. Casilla playfully baits him to chase, and then Norris, about 2/3 of the way to first base, realizes he can't catch him, and he'll lob it to the first baseman to complete the out. 2 down. That even got a chuckle out of Beeler himself. And he has set down his first 2 of the day. Umpiring crew, Michael Durantes, the balls and strikes. Eric Davis at first. Brian Page made that swing call down at third base. And with 2 down, here is Wellington Dotel DHing today. Silva is out there in left field in this one. And the first pitch, he's taking all the way, and it's over for a strike. Dotel had 0 inclination to swing there. He was twisting around and stretching as the pitch was thrown. Now the 0-1, and it misses way outside. He's tied for 8th in the league with Casilla with a 333 average and a 14-game hitting streak coming in tonight. 1-1, swing, and he lines it past Chavez at first. Base hit into right, over toward the line, and Dotel will round first and get back on. A big clap of the hands, and he is now hit safely in his uniform number in a row. 15 consecutive games for number 15 for York. And the league's longest streak of the year. And Chavez, who was playing off the bag a little bit, reaching toward the first base bag, but Dotel a low liner, and he shot it through on past him. And here's Michael Burgess now. Dotel gets his lead and draws a throw. He's back standing, turning his back to protect himself. his annex, even as he got back on that pickoff move, you can tell he has a lot of fun playing. A little bit of a showman. Pitch to Burgess, a swing and a ground ball hit softly to second. Jansanti to his right to get in front of it and makes the throw on to first. That'll end the inning. Dotel a 2-out single. That's all for the Revs. We've played a half inning tonight. It's York nothing, Sugarland coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
No score. Dominic Severino getting set to make his 7th start of the season. He has been terrific. And a little bit off his game on Tuesday at home, but we found out afterward a good reason for that. He only went 4 innings, and turned out it was really a warrior-like effort to do what he did, as he had a nasty stomach bug that a few of the guys have had recently. And I think the last I heard was that the poundage that he lost was up to 14 pounds, so hopefully he's recovered some of that in the days since. He's been joking around. Seems like he's back to his normal self. He's 2-1 at 2.81 ERA, which is 10th best in the league. 32 innings, 30 hits, only 5 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .254. And Barrett Barnes will lead it off. He's got some psychedelic cleats. Severino's first pitch is a strike called outside corner at the knees. It's 0-1. He's got like fluorescent tie-dye pattern cleats in the batter's box. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good heater there. And Severino right away ahead. Barnes an 8-game hitting streak. Homered last night. The wind and the 0-2, and that's up high. Witherspoon shifting more toward the other way in the outfield, now with 2 strikes on the hitter. And the Revs want to do a better job of pitching toward right field in this park where it's so deep. They set up away. Pitch is swung on and fouled against the screen. We'll do it again. Barnes overall at .265 with the bat. On his 8-game hitting streak, batting .414. Severino the wind and the pitch, and it misses outside. 2-2. Barnes does lead the league in walks with 23. He's second in runs scored. The Skeeters as a team lead the league in walks and on base, but also strikeouts. Here's the pitch, and it misses down and away. He'll go full on the first hitter. Cordero and Norris due to bat here in the first inning as well. And Severino fires, and it just missed high. Man. He's asking where it was. Michael Durantes tells him it was up. The leadoff walk, Barnes league leading 24th. And particularly frustrating for Severino since he was ahead 0-2. Here is Albert Cordero now. No score here in the first inning. Skeeters have their leadoff man on. That is just the second walk in the last 5 starts from Severino. And the pitch to Cordero misses down and in. Clark has to dive for it. And he made a clean grab as that one came in near the hitter's back foot. What a reaction from Clark to keep Barnes at first base. Plate ump will toss Severino the new ball, take a walk around to give Clark a moment to recover. Hopefully wasn't bothered in any fashion from that lunge, but he had to really extend. Cordero 4th in the league in hitting, .354, and a move to first. Barnes is back on a dive in. Barnes does have 4 stolen bases. By the way, looks like our video is frozen on YouTube. We will try to fix that between innings. 1-0. And a swing and a bouncer to first. Burgess waits, gloves, goes to second. Cuevas back to first. Not in time there with Severino covering. But Dom does have his first out of the day. It'll go as a fielder's choice on the ground ball down to first. And Cordero takes Barnes' spot at first base. Derek Norris will be the hitter. Norris has caught all 3 games for Sugar Land here this weekend. And I suppose here you may not see some Sundays given off to players just based on a day game after a night game because they're all at night. Pitch to Norris is over for a strike. Perhaps on the road, Pete Incaviglia would do more of that. Norris hitting .243, 3 home runs, 18 driven in. He is second in the league in walks, behind Barnes, their leadoff hitter. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball called strike. On the bottom outside edge of the zone, it's 0-2. Severino, who was up 0-2 on Barnes but lost him, came back to get the first out quickly and now ahead of another hitter, no balls, 2 strikes. And he leans in and looks. He's set. Checks back over his back shoulder. And now delivers. And a swing and a foul tip to the net. And we'll do it again. Sugar Land 15-6 in their home park. They've played .500 on the road, but a tough place for other teams to come in and play. And that was the case under the previous regime. Gary Gaetti had managed them since their inception in 2012. Severino back home, and it misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It does seem like there are more former American Association guys on this year's team, but they do also have a heavy presence of former big league guys like Norris. He's one of the biggest names in the league this season. On the 1-2, and it breaks down and away. Again, Norris only hitting in the 240s coming in today, but former big league all-star. Good plate recognition. Right near the top of the league in walks. If he heats up with the bat, he'll be really tough to pitch. Swinging a foul back. He's able to cover the plate on that one and stay alive. Next time the Revs are here, right around the beginning of August, it'll be for 7 days. This weekend, barely got here and recovered from Friday, and And then you're heading right back out of here. Revs tomorrow will have a layover in Atlanta and then go to Hartford. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Severino pointing. Clark and Wilson toward one another, and in foul ground, Wilson's got it. About halfway down toward the plate. And a few steps over into foul territory. As Severino dispatches Norris, the 3-hole hitter. And there's 2 down. Cordero's still at first base. Matt Chavez up next. Chavez, 3rd in the league in hitting at 362. Leads the league with 47 hits. Last night was his 7th game of 3 hits or more already this season. He's got 1 home run. It was the hit by pitch he took, though, that set off the 5-run second inning. And the first pitch is a fastball, strike called here. And the sound that it made sure sounded like wood, not hand. And the reaction was non-existent, so the Revs were convinced it should have been a foul ball. But he was awarded first and set off the big inning. Pitch to him, he lays off, a ball low. Slider from Dom there. I think Luis Cruz hollered at him to come back to the plate, and that's when Pete Incaviglia was a little hot under the collar and was shouting from the dugout. And the 1-1, it's a breaking ball just low. Severino almost a little punch of frustration in the air with his glove hand, and I don't know if that was from missing his spot or if he thought that that should have been called a strike. 2-1. Runner at first, 2 outs, scoreless here in the first inning. And the pitch, it is swung on and missed. Fastball to the outside corner, 2-2. His line on Tuesday night against Southern Maryland, 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, but a yeoman's effort just to be out there, and it was hot. There's the 2-2, and it just missed, down and away. The full count, Cordero will have the head start. Of course, we say it was hot back at home, and a little different than what they consider hot down here. The heat index today at game time, 105. Real temp, 96. Burgess plays behind the runner. Payoff pitch is hit in the air, right center field. Mitchell will give way to Witherspoon coming over from center, and Spoon puts it away. And a scoreless first inning for Severino. Scoreless on both sides at the end of 1. Head to the second inning here in Sugar Land.
We were with you when you were struggling with the challenges of being a young athlete, before the challenges of keeping fit while working 9 to 5, and long fit and natural comfort. Flying Feet stocks fitness shoes and all kinds of fitness gear. So, what do you do these days? Trail walking? Working out on the track, on the street, in the gym? Sign up for exercise classes like Pilates, Zumba, or need shoes for weightlifting? It doesn't matter what you're into, you can always count on Flying Feet. It's the one sportswear specialty store that's truly ageless. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Start of the second inning, scoreless here in Sugarland. Revs with a Dotel single. Skeeters had a leadoff walk, but neither team advanced a runner past first. Zach Wilson will lead things off. As the second inning gets underway, Wilson hitting at .264 with 4 home runs. Overshift to the left, and Beeler delivers a first pitch strike. Sugarland has not wavered from their defensive approach on Zach this weekend. The 0-1 breaking ball. He taps one on the ground down toward third, and Cordero backhands it, throws it across to get him, and Wilson did not get going out of the box. I'm not sure if he felt something, hopefully not, or if he slipped and never got going, but looked down and he was still near home plate. And Cordero came up to backhand it, had plenty of time to get him. We'll keep an eye on Wilson. Hopefully there's no problem there. We know this team has enough already. Here is Jose Cuevas, who's hitting at .266, hit his first home run last night, 3-run shot. First pitch is a called strike at the knees. But he wasn't happy with just doing that. He was very upset in the 8th inning when he was rung up with the bases loaded. He thought it was outside. Well outside as he looks at a strike here. Over the outer half, 0-2. Wilson was the runner at second at the time. He said it was a foot out. Matt Neal was in the booth with me visiting this area. He said it was way out. The wind, the 0-2, and a swing and a miss. Beeler stays away from him, and Cuevas unable to connect. Second strikeout for Beeler. And here's Travis Witherspoon with 2 down. No score here in the second inning. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. We mentioned it's 96 degrees and sunny. Heat index is 105. Very slight breeze today. First pitch to Spoon. It's a curveball, and it tumbles in for a strike. Witherspoon hitting at .217. Been a tough go for him here of late. The 0-1, and he tried to check. Ball in the dirt, appeal to first, and he's rung up. Eric Davis said he went on it. No balls, 2 strikes, back in. He taps the plate. Beeler the windup, the 0-2, and that misses very high. Beeler, 28 years old. He'll be 29 on June 12th. Went to Oral Roberts University. Cubs drafted him from there. Tulsa, Oklahoma native. Fires home, and a swing and a bouncing ball hits softly to short. Rondon steps up, gloves it low to the dirt, and throws across to first to end the inning. Revs down in order in the top of the second, and a strong first couple of innings for Dallas Beeler. We go to the bottom half of the second, still scoreless.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
You guys ready? Come on! Sixers head coach Brett Brown joins us. People forget what you went through, and we had you on during this process. Did you ever have one of those, or the last time you had one of those moments where you just, you know what, it got to you, where you just said, I just don't know if I'm going to see the light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, during the 10-win season and, you lost 26 in a row, I think during that period of time, you wondered, at times, was it something that you thought you were signing up for? I did feel comfortable and confident we were working on the correct things, my version of what I think a culture is. But when the last time I spoke with you, compared to where we are now, that seems like a long time ago.
You went from 10 to 52 wins in 2 years. That's pretty incredible there.
The Dan Patrick Show.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sport Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No score. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Severino will face Phipps, Kubica, and Hawkins. Wilson is out there at third base, so hopefully nothing happened on that ground ball he hit. Our Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report today. Ryan Dent is expected to maybe play tomorrow. First pitch to Phipps, the DH, is a slider for a called strike. Started at him and tailed back. Phipps at 311 with a home run. The 1-0, or the 0-1 rather, swinging a fly to deep center. Witherspoon going back, and it's off the top of the wall. It bounces up. It's into Witherspoon's glove. He fires it into second. They're saying that it's a home run. And Phipps will round third and come home, giving Sugar Land a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. To dead center field, right over the 405-foot sign. Witherspoon went back. It looked like it hit the top of the green padding. And the question was, did it deflect the baggie on the other side above it? And they say that it did. Here's Kyle Kubica, who lays off away. Third base ump Page was out there signaling. So did the plate ump, and no argument from the Revs. So Phipps with his second home run, and that was a big fly. Here's a half swing. Kubica fooled on a changeup and went around on it. Sugar Land is struck first. Their league-leading 29th home run, one more than York. A 1-1 pitch, and that misses low. Fastball. Kubica hitting at 252, 3 homers. He is 5th in the league with 22 RBIs. The 2-1, and a swing and a miss. Severino off speed to him again. He swings through it. Kubica with 2 grand slams already, which is one of the reasons he's 5th in the league in RBIs. There's the wind, the pitch, and a swing and a foul out of play off to the left side. Kubica is 4th in walks, but 2nd in strikeouts, among the most in the league. Left-hand hitter. Severino delivers. Breaking ball down and in. 3-2. Skeeters a 1-0 lead here in the second inning on the Phipps home run. And they play Kubica slightly the other way. Here's the payoff pitch, and he swings and yanks it down the line and right. It's just fair. And he'll round first, heading for second. It bounces out of the corner. Mitchell will come in to pick it up and fires in. He stops with a double. Kubica turned on that and lined it right on the line in right field. His 11th double of the year. That's 3rd most in the league. A couple of extra base hits here to begin inning number 2. And here is Courtney Hawkins, who leads the league in that category. He's got 10 doubles and a league-leading 8 home runs. Severino checks a couple of times, delivers, and it's inside. Hawkins backs up. Hawkins also leading with 32 RBIs, 6 more than any other batter. He's hit .349 with men in scoring position, even though he's only at .236 overall. Swings here, breaks his bat, bloops it. Casilla out, it's going to drop. He slides to pounce on it, fires it in with lightning quickness as it skips all the way to the plate, but it's a bloop hit for Hawkins on the broken bat. Right over Casilla, going out from second, and it's first and third with nobody out. That was an impressive play from Casilla to get it in as quickly as he did, sliding to chase it down, popping up and firing it right toward the mound. But 3 straight hits to start the inning. And here is Anthony Jansanti. First pitch, he swings and fouls it back onto the roof. And he is a first pitch, ambush, dead pull hitter. Came into last night's game hitting 122 the previous 11. And he went 3 for 4 with a double and drove in 4. Comes in today at 269. Pitch, runner goes from first, a swing and a miss. It slipped away from Clark, who slides to recover behind the plate. It's a stolen base for Hawkins, and it's second and third with no outs. Was a strike on the hitter. And the count 0-2. And Clark was trying to get that ball out of his glove quickly, and it slipped out of his hand. Revs will bring the infield most of the way in. And the pitch, a swing, and he just scraped a foul right down at the plate. Reaching on a slider there, just got a piece. The right side of the infield all the way in. The left side is about 3/4 of the way in. Jansanti is a pull hitter. Sequevas will play just shy of the middle of the dirt at shortstop, give himself a little extra room. Now the stretch and the pitch. Swing, and he flares one, shallow right center, spoon in, and it lands on a hop. He'll throw toward third, a run will score, the throw glances off Hawkins' back and skips away. You've got to be kidding me. He's in to score as well. Jansanti goes to second, and Sugarland leads it 3-0. Everything that could have gone wrong right there did. And I don't think Severino made a bad pitch. Jansanti reached out and served it into the shallow outfield. Hawkins had to wait and make sure that it wasn't caught. And now the 3 umpires will get together and maybe discuss whether that ball went out of play. And they said that it did, so I'm not sure what they can really do about this, but they're going to give Jansanti an extra base. They're going to say he was at second on the throw, and then it went in, and now he gets third base. So I was wrong the first time. Not everything that could have gone wrong there did. Now it does. He gets an extra base out of it. And it's 3-0, and the Revs will bring the infield, looks like halfway in, as Alvaro Rondon will step in. First pitch, he swings, drives it the other way toward the line and left. That'll fade foul, though, into the corner. And he put a good swing on that, but fortunately not straight. So Hawkins, who had to hesitate, make sure the ball wasn't caught. Witherspoon had a real chance to get him. Looked like he was going to on the throw to third, but it deflected off the back of his leg and out of play. And here's a swing and a foul back off the screen, 0-2. So it'll be a single, an RBI, Hawkins in on what'll be a throwing error on Witherspoon, which has Jansanti at third base as well. The 0-2 way high as Rondon ducks back. And the Skeeters will have 3 chances here to get one more in. Infield actually back for the Revs now, and Severino misses inside. It's a 2-2 count. Rondon at 269. He's hit 357 though his last 13 games. There's the stretch, the 2-2, and a swing and a bounce foul behind the plate. Skeeters last night had a 5-run second, a 4-run 7th. Here today they've got a 3-run second, and they have a potential 4th run at third with no outs. Severino ready. The 2-2 again, and a swing and a fly ball straight away center. Spoon will have to back up a couple of steps, makes the catch. Jansanti will tag. He heaves it toward the mound. It's cut off there. Run scores, and it's 4-0. Sugarland, their 3rd inning of 4 runs or more in the last 2 ball games. Now Rondon does his job, got one elevated, and plenty deep enough. Now back to the top of the order, and Barrett Barnes, who walked in the 1st inning. First pitch, breaking ball, a little high. That is a season high already for runs given up in a start by Dom. Take a moment walking back up the hill to refocus. Now comes home and just missed. Where was that? Clark takes a moment before throwing it back. And Tyler on his shin guards at the plate. He's shaking his head, so he's clearly saying something to the plate ump. The 2-0, and that just missed inside. And now Durante's hearing it from Mace or Fletch. That gets his attention. He says no more toward the dugout. Now the 3-0, and there's a called strike, finally. (3-1), another strike, outside corner. 3-2. Barnes, who's done a lot of arguing on balls and strikes this weekend, got tossed the other night. Payoff pitch is swung on and fouled back. Clark watches it sail up onto the roof. We'll do it again. He was tossed Friday night for drawing a line outside of the plate with his bat. Severino back home. And a line drive to left field and down for a hit in front of Silva. Plays it on a high hop. Kind of an in-between hop just down in front of him going toward the corner. And it's the 5th base hit of the inning. Still only 1 out. Albert Cordero up next. Clark will head out and talk with Severino. It's a 4-0 Skeeters lead. That ejection the other night, it was a much more fun night and funnier for the Revs than anything going on right now, but it was a funny moment. Inky came out and was all in Eric Davis's face and said, "Why would you do that? Why would you throw out my best hitter?" So he gets back to the dugout. His players said, "Skip, he drew a line in the dirt. And Incaviglia says to them, well, why didn't anybody tell me that before I went out there? It's Cordero who lays off a breaking ball low and in. Not a lot funny for the Revs right now. The big innings have hurt them here these last two nights. They're trying to get out of one at this moment. There's the 1-0, and that's way outside a changeup. Severino kind of motioning his finish to himself there. And he felt himself leave that one out there. Says to Clark, my bad. I'll get it straightened out. But now behind Cordero, 2-0. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Pitch to him, swings and yanks a shot foul. Down the first base side off the wall padding. It caroms out into right. Brent Marshall will run out and pick it up. He was their starting pitcher last night, coaching at first base now. He tossed it to the stands. A kid dropped it. Now he gives it to someone else. It's a tough break for that youngster. Different kid ends up with it. The 2-1, and a changeup missed outside. And Severino fighting it right now. He kind of looked down at the landing spot on that one and seems to be out of sync a little bit. I'll look over at first. Here's the stretch. And the 3-1 called strike on the outer corner. Full count. Cordero fourth in the league in hitting, coming in at .354, 5 home runs. Last year, hit only 4 home runs and batted only .246. There's the stretch, the payoff pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Clark the throw to second, and Cuevas there waiting. Got the tag on Barnes to end the inning. Strikeout, throw out, double play, and Clark hoses another runner. Cuevas right there waiting for Barnes' arrival, and he puts it on him. But it is a damaging inning for the Revs. 4 runs score on 5 hits, 1 error, nobody left. We go to the third. Sugarland on top, 4-0.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
The York Revolution Superhero Night is, well, super. It's all happening Saturday, June 9th. An eco-friendly tote bag giveaway presented by York County Solid Waste Authority. High-flying stunt performances by Ex-Pogo. And, of course, your favorite comic book superheroes live and in person. And it's a Saturday at People's Bank Park. That means post-game inside the park fireworks presented by Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment. Superhero Night, Saturday, June 9th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Top of the third, 4-0. Revs trail. They've got all day to try to answer back from that. But Dallas Beeler has looked good, and he's been good all throughout the early stages of this season. We have to wait for Sugarland's right fielder Kubica for some reason. He might have had to go in and use the facility or something. He comes running out of the clubhouse entrance area right to his position in right. And Ruby Silva leads off. First pitch from Beeler is over for a strike. Silva hitting at 236. There's the overhead wind, the 0-1. And a breaking ball, plops it in, strike two. He's thrown nothing but strikes. Ahead of every hitter, it seems. On the wind, the 0-2. And a called third strike, a backdoor cutter that tailed onto the corner. And Silva is rung up for out number one. Third strikeout for Beeler here in the early going. Started the year in their bullpen. His first start was at Somerset, May 23rd. 5 innings, 1 run, gave up only 1 hit, no decision. Here's Tyler Clark. First pitch is up high. Clark will bat right-handed again against the right-hand pitcher. All week he has moved away from the switch hitting. Beeler lost his second start 1-0 against Long Island on Tuesday. Here's a swing and a miss. It's a ball and a strike. 6 innings, 1 run on only 4 hits. Walked 1, struck out 9. So in 2 starts, 11 innings, just 5 hits and 2 runs coming in, despite 0-1 as a starter. Here's a swing and a miss. Went off speed to Clark, who was out on his front foot. Tyler approaching 200. He's up to 195. He is 5 for 13 his last 5 games. The pitch to him. And a called third strike. Beeler pinpoint. Outside corner at the knees. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. And 2 down. He has set down 8 of his first 9 today. 6 in a row. And we go to the top of the order, and Jared Mitchell. Mitchell would ground out to first base to begin the game. Revs trail 4-0 here in the 3rd inning. And Beeler to the plate. Mitchell shows bunt. Breaking ball just missed. Mitchell might have gotten a break there. Looked pretty good. Maybe it was low. 1-0 the count to him. Now the pitch. He takes all the way. It's a called strike. Beeler's 9 strikeouts Tuesday, the most by a Sugarland starter this season, most since last August, when Mitch Talbot struck out 9 against York. Here's a curveball. That bends over for a strike. 1-2. Talbot, one of 6 Skeeters who have been signed early this season. He was picked up earlier in the week. On the wind, the pitch. Fastball just missed. Down and away. Good eye. Two and 2 the count. Base is empty, 2 outs. Beeler is in his rhythm early, and they've given him a nice lead to work with. Now the 2-2, and he misses in the dirt. So Mitchell patiently works it full. I believe he's yet to take a swing in this at bat. There's the wind, the 3-2, and a swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball away, and Beeler strikes out the side in order. I think Mitchell was trying to give Severino a little extra time after a long inning. And he worked it full, but Beeler got him and strikes out all three. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 4-0 Sugarland.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
4-0 Sugarland to lead. And Dallas Beeler dealing early. Struck out the side in order in the top of the inning. Still early in this game, but Revs will be looking to get something going against him. He's retired 9 of his first 10. And we won't start the inning yet because the on-field promo is still going. Okay, now we'll start. Derek Norris will stand in and lead things off. 3, 4, and 5 do. And Severino looking to bounce back. The toughest inning of his season thus far. First pitch, breaking ball. It's a called strike. That was a good one. The 4 runs given up, a season high in a game for him. And given up 3 runs twice. That's how good he's been. Here's the 0-1. Fastball low and away. Of the 4 runs, 3 were earned. Now the windup, the 1-1, and a chopper foul down. Oh, look out. Past the Revs' third base dugout. It hopped into the section right at the end of it and glanced up a few rows. That's one where it can be unexpected when it enters the stands on a bounce like that. Appears that everyone's okay. 1-2 to Norris. Pitch from Severino is swinging a grounder in that direction again. It hits around the same spot but stays on the field in foul territory this time. Shadows coming out to the back of the pitcher's mound now. And into shallow right field. The rest of the outfield in sunlight. Most of the infield as well. Pitch missed away. 2-2. The lights starting to come on here. Pitch from Dom, swinging a high fly left field. Silva read it, shaded his eyes, now backs up a few steps, inches over to his left, and makes the one-hand grab, 1 down. Tomorrow night at New Britain, and I dare say weather permitting, it's supposed to be cold and rainy, 90% chance of rain, but that's not for me to predict. If we play, we'll be on at 6:30 tomorrow night. Baltimore baseball show at 6. We'll be on at 6:30 in time for a 6:35 at first pitch. Zach Groats against Mark Hamburger tomorrow night. Here's Matt Chavez. First pitch misses away. Pat McCoy due to start Tuesday's game. Joe Van Meter Wednesday. All those games at 6:35. Our pregame at 6:15 the following two nights. There's a fastball just outside 2-0. Severino, a lot of these, he hasn't missed by much. The 2-0 pitch and a swing and a foul in the air down the right field side. That'll land up on the walkway. A lady walking. Somebody must have said heads up. She picked up her pace and ducked, and it landed right behind her. I think it bounced right into that inflatable play area that they have. On the 2-1, swinging a ground ball, pulled to third, right to Wilson on a hop. He gloves it, slings it across, 2 away. 2 up, 2 down in the inning. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Here is Dennis Phipps as he lays off a ball low. He opened the scoring in that 4-run second inning. A homer off the top of the fence in dead center, 405 feet away. And a breaking ball here, slides across for a strike. It's 1-1. The home run, his second. He has been hot near the last couple weeks. The 1-1, and that's taken low. He's batted .367 his last 12 games. Dominican Republic native. Severino fires, and a swing and a bouncing ball to third, right to Wilson. He'll glove this one down near the dirt and throw across to first to end the inning. As Severino bounces back, it's his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. The last 2 going to Wilson. And we're going to the 4th, still a 4-0 Sugarland lead.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with Tropical Shaved Ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the 4th, the 4-0 Sugarland lead. Revs trying to get something going against Dallas Beeler. 1 base runner allowed the first 3 innings. He's retired 7 in a row. He's got 5 strikeouts, including all 3 batters faced in the 3rd inning. Alexi Casilla will lead things off. He was a strikeout victim on a check swing in the 1st inning. Beeler ready to go. His first pitch is across for a strike. He's been in the zone all day. Strike 1 all day. And gets ahead again. There's the wind, the 0-1. And it cuts inside and missed. Made his Major League debut June 28th, 2014 with the Cubs. The 1-1, and that misses high and away. He actually got a base hit in his first at-bat in that game. He singled off Nationals lefty Gio Gonzalez. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a bouncing ball at first. Chavez has to leave the bag, flips. Beeler, the Rays, got him by a half step. Just ahead of Casilla en route to the bag. And that is 8 in a row retired. 1 down here in the 4th. And Wellington Dotel, the only Revs hitter to reach as of yet, a single in the 1st inning, which extended his hitting streak to 15. He will make his way up. Longest streak in the league this year. Here's the overhead wind. First pitch, curveball, plops in for a strike. The previous longest streak, a 13-gamer by Southern Maryland's Frank Martinez early in May. 0-1, and a fastball called strike. On the outer part of the plate, Dotel kind of shaking his head at that. And he's in a hole. The wind, the 0-2, and that bounces in front of the plate. Dotel, who was here to start the season, got 29 at-bats with Sugarland, that's all. The wind, the pitch, swing, and he shoots one foul, a liner out toward the parking lot and right, and it sailed right over the inflatable equipment. One and 2 it stays. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a little tapper along the line at 3rd, but it'll roll foul, hit the grass, and stay foul. Last season, Beeler did not pitch. He rehabbed from ulnar nerve transition surgery. Doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Last appearance before this season, June of 2 years ago at AAA Iowa in the Cubs system. Now winds and fires, and a swing and a foul back again. Off to the first base side and out of sight. Spent all 7 seasons of his career previously in the Cubs system. 41st round pick, 2010, out of Oral Roberts University. Pitch, and a swing and a bouncer hit softly to short. Rondon steps up, gloves, gets rid of it just in time. Had to get off a quick release. Gets Dotel by a step. 2 up, 2 down on ground outs here in the 4th. Revs trail 4-0. And Michael Burgess to the plate next. Burgess a ground out his first time up. Beeler in his minor league career, mostly all as a starter. ERA of 3.68. The year that he got called up, had a great year at AAA. Pitched to Burgess, a breaking ball low. He had a 3.40 ERA in the PCL with AAA Iowa. It was his best season. 1-0, and that just missed, up and in. Started his post-high school career at junior college, Seminole State, and then on to Oral Roberts. Pitch is a fastball in for a strike, 2-1. After that ulnar nerve transition surgery, he's trying to make a comeback by way of the Atlantic League. The 2-1, and a cutter runs back from the outside. It's a called strike 2. And he evens things up. He's been sharp today. He's been sharp throughout the early stages of this season. And the 2-2 pitch, swinging a bouncing ball, second base. Jansanti to his left, plays it to his side, turns and throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning with 3 weak ground ball outs. And Beeler's been on top of his game through 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 4-0 Sugarland.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Home half of the 4th, 4-0, Sugarland on top. Kyle Kubica will lead off the inning. He doubled on the line in right field and scored in that 4-run second inning. And Severino to get things started here. First pitch breaking ball is cut on and missed. Now he's been starting more hitters with the breaking stuff here these last couple of innings. And ahead 0-1. The wind, the pitch, swing, and he jams him on a fastball, sends it foul into the seats down the left field side the other way. 0-2 the count. It can be tough as a starter when you have a big inning to compartmentalize that. Here's the 0-2, and a swing and a fly ball to right, jammed him again. Mitchell will trot in toward shallow right center and handle it. And one down quickly to begin the bottom of the 4th. A lot of these guys, I think the vast majority are sort of perfectionists and have a big inning. One of the toughest things is to not let it just completely ruin your night and to move past it and be effective the rest of the way. But that's what Dom has done, has A 1-2-3 third has the first out quickly here in the fourth. Here's Courtney Hawkins. First pitch is in tight, a ball, and he's trying to claim that it brushed his right arm, and he's going to be awarded first base. Must have just nicked some forearm hair. And he's on base on the hit by pitch. He didn't even earn that one. It's the least painful hit by pitch in the history. Here's Anthony Jansanti, who ripped a damaging RBI single last inning, or in the second inning. First pitch here is in for a strike. He's been the biggest blockade to Revs' success in this series. Came in really struggling, but he's had a big weekend. 0-1, and he grounds it to short. Cuevas right there, goes to second. Alexi the turn, plenty of time, 6-4-3. Double play to end the inning. And Severino has back-to-back 1-2-3s with help of that twin killing. Taylor made. We'll go to the fifth. Revs still trailing here in Texas 4-0.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the fifth inning, 4-0. Sugar Land still up. Revs with Zach Wilson, Jose Cuevas, Travis Witherspoon trying to get it going against Beeler. Today he's got 5 strikeouts, 7 groundouts, and those account for his 12 outs. Only 1 base runner has reached. They overshift Wilson to the pull side, and he grounds it right into the shift, hits softly. Jansanti from second, more towards shortstop here. And he'll throw him out at first, a 1-pitch out. Every ground ball that Beeler has gotten has been hit softly. And he's retired 11 in a row now.
Shortstop number 11, Jose Cuevas.
He's put on a clinic so far today. Here's Jose Cuevas, who struck out his first time. And the first pitch is a called strike outside corner. I believe I just saw Severino's pitch count at 76 through 4. Beeler right now was at just 48 through 4 innings. Pitch to Cuevas, a swing and a fly ball, left center field. Hawkins moving over, it's not deep, and the left fielder runs it down right in front of his center fielder Barnes, who was on the way over as well. And the first flyout of the day from Beeler. Cuevas hit it in the direction of his home run last night, but didn't get the extension on this swing. And with 2 down, Travis Witherspoon the hitter. Spoon grounded to short his first time. And a very quiet day for the offense thus far. And Beeler winds, delivers, and misses outside. They overshift on Wilson, but they play the vast majority of the hitters to pull at a fairly extreme measure. There's the 1-0, and a line drive left center field. That's a gapper. Down for a hit. It'll bounce to the curled wall. And Witherspoon at second, jets around it. It's still in deep left field, and he's going to make it sliding in ahead of the throw from Hawkins. A triple for Witherspoon, and it breaks up the string of 12 in a row. A line shot right through the middle of the gap, and it hit the bottom of that wall padding and stayed out there. Hawkins had to go toward it. And Witherspoon, even with it being in left center, a shorter throw, he was thinking 3 all the way and beat it. It was a good throw from the left field fence all the way to third, but Witherspoon sliding in ahead of it. Was surprised when he rounded second that it was still all the way out there. I was watching him as Ruby Silva swings and fouls the first one back. Ruby trying to get the Revs on the board here with 2 outs. Witherspoon triple, his first this season. Silva strikeout looking, his first time. And the pitch to him. It's a called strike. Down in the zone, and Beeler jumps ahead quickly. Triple, the 11th of Witherspoon's Revs career, ties him with James Shanks for 3rd in Revs history with 11 triples. Now Silva step out. Back in now. Down in the count 0-2, the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to reach down low, and the 2-out triple is left on base. Strikeout number 6 of the day for Beeler. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 4-0 Sugar Land.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates. For 5 years, and remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
4-0 Sugar Land in front. Revs still trying to solve the offensive piece of the puzzle today against Beeler. They ended his streak of 12 in a row, retired on that Witherspoon triple, but that was all in the fifth. Meanwhile, Severino will try to continue to keep Sugar Land at bay after that 4-run second, which they have ridden to this point. It'll be 9-1 and 2 in the order. Alvaro Rondon leads off. First pitch, he swings, hits it in the air, left center. Witherspoon reads it with the shades on, coasts over. He's under it, makes the grab, 1 down. That coming on 1 pitch. Revs traveling tomorrow to Hartford by way of Atlanta. The Skeeters are off tomorrow, and then they go to Somerset on Tuesday. And they're only on the road Tuesday and Wednesday. They are off Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry, they do go to Southern Maryland before they return home again. So that's a little bit better. Here's Barrett Barnes. He flies the first one to straightaway center. Fairly deep. It sends Spoon back, but he's got another one. 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 putouts for Witherspoon in center. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. I bet Cordero takes a pitch, but you just never know. Wouldn't that be something? A 3-pitch inning. Cordero digs in, batting from the left. Severino the pitch. It is high. Cordero, a fielder's choice, hit into in the first, struck out in the second inning. Now the 1-0. And that misses down and in. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Sugar Land, no runs, 2 hits. 1 error on York. Severino the kick, the 2-0. And he left it high and outside. Again, he motions to himself to finish in front. Get out in front and finish directly to the plate. Nods yes to Clark. Here's the 3-0. And that's over for a strike. On the wind, the 3-1. Just missed. Up and away. That one was close. No, unless they get it caught stealing, it'll end the 1-2-3 inning streak at 2 innings in a row. Second walk of the day for Severino. And here is Derek Norris, who's fouled out to third, flied to deep left. It should be noted that in that 4-run second inning, there was a lot that went wrong that Dom couldn't necessarily control. First pitch, fastball, scrapes the outside corner, a called strike. The leadoff home run, okay. And then Kubica doubled. He hit it hard. It literally landed on the line. Fair by that much. But then a bloop hit. Another hit that was just served into shallow center. The throwing error that scored a run, moved another one around. Here's a swing and a foul back, 0-2. One of the runs was unearned. But in there, you had a bloop and somewhat of a flare, and that's kind of bad luck for a pitcher. But for a hitter, that's why contact is valued. Because that can happen. 0-2 pitch, swinging a foul against the netting again. And Severino challenging the 2014 Big League All-Star. 2-strike fastball that he fouls off. Norris with the A's back then, played in the Midsummer Classic at Target Field in Minnesota. Severino, the 0-2, and it misses high and wide. Now ready with it. Short lead at first, the 1-2, and a swing and a pop foul, back and out of play again. Severino and Clark, another homecoming on this trip. They're from Cheshire, Connecticut, which is about, I think Clark told me 20 minutes, maybe 30 from New Britain. They didn't know each other before signing. They got together for a preseason bullpen. Said that they will continue to do that now. The 1-2, and that breaks away. I believe it was Clark who played with Dom's brother, or vice versa. We'll have to get the specifics, but the two themselves did not know each other ahead of time. They formed a good battery here. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a foul back again over the roof. Norris does foul off a lot. And obviously a very productive player at the big league level in his career. And second most walks in the league this year. I'm sure some of those have come by way of fouling off, staying alive, battling his way on. Mentioned earlier in the series what good plate coverage he has. Here's another 2-2, and a swing and a high fly, hit pretty well down the line and left, but foul. Out in front of that, it lands behind some picnic seating and up onto the roof of one of their concession buildings. And now a race of children trying to be the first one to it. 4-0 Skeeters lead here in the 5th inning. Severino, the pitch count a bit up today. Another 2-2. Breaking ball popped up. Another foul. Clark will give it a look. But this one is back behind the net, lands upstairs and funnels down below. Looks like Zach Treese is beginning to play catch. Bullpen all the way out behind the fence in right center, kind of big league style. They watch the game through the fencing from there. Oh, now Mace and Chong are going to come to the mound. They noticed something with Dom. I did not, but they're going to check on him. He points down at the landing spot. Looked like, based on the motion with his hand, he's saying that he slipped a little bit. And he says he's okay. That's good news. That's the last thing we need. I guess I never did finish our Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report today. We can do that if Norris gives us some more time, or do it in the next inning. It's a little longer than we'd like it to be. On the stretch, and yet another 2-2 pitch. Just outside. Count goes full. So Cordero will be on the go from first. I bet it's tough to ring up Norris on a close one. 93rd pitch of the night for Severino will be thrown. The 11th of this at bat. Here it is, and it's lined hard. Left center field. Witherspoon's not going to get to it. Down for a hit and rolling all the way to the wall. Cordero around third to score. Norris will tiptoe into second with an RBI double, and it's 5-0. They had him played the other way in the outfield, and he ends up hitting it just left of straightaway center, out to the deepest advertisement next to the batter's eye itself. And Norris belts that one to the gap. RBI double, 5-0 on a 2-out run here in the bottom of the 5th. Cordero's walk kept the inning alive, and then Norris on the 11th pitch of the at-bat adds another one. Here's Matt Chavez. He looks at a fastball strike on the outside corner. Chavez a fly out and a ground out today. Treese now getting hot in that Revs bullpen. 0-1 and a breaking ball low. And a 2-out walk hurting Severino. He came in today tied for the fewest walks in the league of any pitcher with at least 30 innings pitched. 5 walks, tied with Somerset's Corey Reardon for the fewest with at least 30 innings. The 1-1, and that slides outside. Matt Neal told me last night he used to not like pitching here, and some guys are comfortable in some parks and not in others. Severino the stretch, the 2-1, swing and a miss, got him to fish in the dirt. Severino taken in the dispersal draft from Bridgeport, along with tomorrow night's starter, Zach Groats. On the stretch from Dom, he twists looking back at second, now straight home, and a breaking ball misses away. And the count goes full. He is right around 100 pitches now. That was his 98th. Chavez, a top hitter in the American Association last year, back in. And Severino with the payoff pitch to him. He misses down and outside. Clark has to lunge for it. And it is the 3rd walk of the night for Dom, who again came in having issued only 5. So the inning continues, and Dennis Phipps to the plate. And Severino about to make his 100th pitch of the night. Trying to not allow this to become a multi-run inning. 1 run home. It's 5-0 Skeeters. First pitch to Phipps. He tries to check, appeal to first. He did not go on an off-speed pitch that missed. Phipps opened the scoring a homer to dead center in the 2nd inning, his 2nd of the year. Grounded out to 3rd base, his other at bat. Sun setting here, just a little reflection off the outfield walls. And the billboards around. Here's a fastball outside. Count now 2-0. Severino laboring toward his finish today, you would assume, after 5, trying to get through this 5th. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Off speed, and Phipps looking to launch. It wasn't there yet. 2 balls, 1 strike. Phipps was signed in mid-May. Last year, he was in the American Association. Hit .314 for the Texas Air Hogs with 10 home runs. Got to the majors with the Reds, 2012. He was their minor league hitter of the year before that. The 2-1. Lines it toward the middle, past the dive of Casilla. It's into right center. And Norris around third. He will score. Chavez goes all the way to third base. And Phipps rips it up the middle. RBI single, 6-0 Sugarland here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Mace coming out of the dugout will call for Zach Treese. Really the first rough outing for Severino out of his 7. That's a pretty good first 7 starts of the season. But he will hand the ball off and exit today. Casilla laid out toward the middle, but Phipps hit it beyond his reach. RBI single and a 6-0 Sugarland lead. Treese coming in first and third, 2 outs in the 5th. We'll tell you about Zach when we come back.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC. 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia. NMLS ID 2925. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender.
I'm a meal delivery engineer, you know, a server, and I love it. But now, with Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery, this place is livelier than 2-for-1 app night. See, while I guide my guests from nachos to gnocchi, they're picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and goes with everything on the menu, except maybe the 4-alarm fries. Stay away from those. Keno, it's here. Play it at your favorite bar or restaurant. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Zach Treese in the game next. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He's got another warm-up or two. Saw him here on Friday night, factored big into the Revs' 3-2 win. He allowed one inherited run coming in the 5th inning that night in relief of Van Meter, but got an inning-ending strikeout of Derek Norris with the tying run at second, and the Revs would go on to strand the tying run at third in the 6th, and again in the 9th, hanging on for the 3-2 win. And Treese will make his second appearance this series. He'll face Kyle Kubica. It's 6-0 Sugarland. First and third, 2 outs. First pitch is inside. Clark has to reach. It was a rough start to the year for Treese. This is his 7th outing. But he's been pretty good the last 4 or 5. He fires, and a backdoor slider called strike. Mace suggested that his arm strength has improved as the season has gone on, and therefore his slider's been better. It's been having more downward movement rather than staying on one plane. Pitch here is hit in the air, left center. Silva coasts over, backs up a bit, fairly deep in the alley, but he's there, and he'll put it away. Step or two in front of the track to end the inning. Now Treese comes in, faces one hitter, and finishes the 5th, but the Skeeters scored twice on 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the 6th inning. It's 6-0 Sugarland.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland, and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio. WOYK 1350, baby.
Go to the 6th inning, 6-0 Sugarland. Tyler Clark leads off. Dallas Beeler has allowed just 2 base runners, 2 hits. Dotel a single in the first. He retired 12 in a row after that before Witherspoon tripled with 2 outs in the 5th. Tyler Clark leading off. First pitch, he swings, hits it high in the air in left. Hawkins a couple steps back, now trots in, and in somewhat shallow left field will make the play. Clark got under that one and hit it way up. So quick first out. And Beeler's been awfully efficient today. By the way, the final line on Severino, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. And Beeler with that 1 pitch out, he's only at 58 pitches, 44 strikes, 14 balls. Here's Jared Mitchell, who looks at 1 low. Mitchell, a ground out and a strikeout today. 8-game hitting streak coming in. The Revs as a team with only 2 hits. The 1-0, he swings, misses, a changeup. And it's even at 1-1. Sky's getting a little darker here, but I think it's just some gray cloud cover. There's no threat of rain that we had heard of. The sun has set behind the stadium. 1-1, and a swing and a line drive, right field, right at Kubica, who has to reach up, but he makes the grab. And Mitchell hits it on the nose, but in that graveyard of right field here, Kubica sort of inch back, drifting with it. Almost misplayed it, had to reach up high at the end, but hauls it in. One of just a few hard-hit balls from the Revs today. Mitchell denied for out number 2. Here's Alexi. He's struck out and grounded out. And he swings and misses. First pitch curveball. Skeeters a 6-0 lead. We play here in the 6th inning. They don't play Alexi to pull. The defense pretty much straight up on him. Third baseman a bit off the line as you can see a bat's left-handed here. The 0-1, and that misses down low. But most of the Revs hitters, they play as extreme of a pull defense here as any team we've seen. 1-1, and that's in the dirt, bouncing past Norris. The most dramatic part of that alignment is Jansanti, the second baseman, on these right-hand hitters. He's way up the middle. And the rest of it isn't anything out of the ordinary, but he pinches way up the middle. The 2-1, and that catches the outside corner, called strike. 2-2 on Casilla. Beeler, who went 6 innings in his last start, looking to match his season high. And the wind, the 2-2, swing and a miss, breaking ball down low. And he works a 1-2-3 sixth inning with his 7th strikeout of the day. It is his 4th 1-2-3 inning out of 6. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 6-0 Sugar Land.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 6th, 6-0. Sugar Land on top, looking to deny the Revs of a series win down here after they took the opener Friday night. That was their 3rd win in a row, 6th in the last 7, but the Revs have found themselves frustrated here these last 2 nights. Between innings, one of Zach Treese's warm-ups bounced, and I think Clark got some dirt in the eye. He needed a minute, but we are set to go. Courtney Hawkins will lead off. Treese's first pitch. He swings, loops one at short. Cuevas backs up and makes the grab up around cap high. And a 1-pitch out. Been a lot of those today. Little flare humpback liner. Cuevas backing up to squeeze it.
Sugar Lane's number 21, Anthony Jansanti.
Here is Anthony Jansanti. We get toward dusk here in Sugar Land. As the lights are on at full blast. Jansanti 1 for 2, RBI single in the second after driving in 4 last night. First pitch here is a little low. That base hit in the second was big because it led to a whole lot more. There's the 1-0. That's way out. Clark again has to reach hard to his right, spinning on a knee. The base hit was kind of looped, and Hawkins, the runner at second, held to be sure it got down, and Witherspoon had a real chance to throw him out. 2-0. And a swing and a tip foul behind the plate. but the throw to third, as luck would have it, bounced ever so slightly off the back of Hawkins, redirected, and went out of play. He was awarded home plate, and Jansanti went all the way to third, where he would score on a sac fly. Here's a breaking ball low. And Treese slips behind him 3-1. Now delivers, and a swing and a foul tip behind home. Another one that Jansanti was trying to destroy and could only foul tip it. Treese, his last 4 outings, just 1 run, it was unearned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts the last 4. Now ready, and the pitch. Breaking ball inside. And he loses Jansanti to the walk. He punches his glove, frustrated with missing there. He throws that slider so often, though. He's a guy that you're not surprised when he would go to that in a 3-ball count, but missed with it. A 1-out base runner, Alvaro Rondon, the hitter. Today a sac fly to center and another fly out to center. And the first pitch, a swing and another fly to center. This will slice back towards straightaway. Witherspoon under it, and he squeezes. Another 1 pitch out, 2 down here in the 6th. And Rondon has flied to center on the first pitch each of his last 2 trips to the plate. We go to the top of the order, and Barrett Barnes, he was walked, singled, and flied out. Treese from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Began his career in the Frontier League with the Gateway Grizzlies. Stood out in that league for 4 seasons as he fires a strike to Barnes. And then Long Island brought him to the Atlantic League last year, 6-2 with a .384 ERA. Also made 1 start in the American Association earlier in his career, throw over to first. In the Frontier League, he was with Gateway, the Lake Erie Crushers, the River City Rascals. He fires, and a ground ball hit weakly to second base. Casillas got it, sidearm throw to first, and it's a scoreless inning. That ground ball changed direction, had some funny spin on it. But Treese with a scoreless inning and a third. He walks 1 but strands him. And we'll go to the 7th tonight here in Sugar Land. Revs trail the Skeeters 6-0.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. 1 try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the 7th inning, 6-0 Sugarland. I think they put Colin Walsh in at second base again. They have been making that defensive change with a lead the last couple nights. Beeler ready to go, facing Wellington Dotel. 6-0 Skeeters as we start the 7th, and the first one is dumped in the dirt. Today, through 6 innings for Beeler, 2 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Retired 12 straight at one point. There's the 1-0. Swing and a pop foul. That'll go down the right field side, and it is out of play up on the concourse. Dotel had one of the 2 hits, a first inning single, extending his hitting streak to 15 right away. Beeler, his wind-up rhythm, pretty familiar. There's the 1-1, and a curveball bends across for a strike. I remember hearing someone on the bus talk about it earlier today, and his wind-up rhythm looks a lot like that of the late, great Roy Halladay. As Dotel asks for time and backs out. It's the way he works his mechanics. He's got a brother in the NFL. The wind, the pitch, and he misses in the dirt. Chase Beeler, or he had a brother in the NFL, former center for the Rams, Niners, Eagles. Last played in 2012. Pitch to Dotel, curveball, strike 3 called. And he had him frozen on that. Dotel is rung up, the 8th strikeout of the day for Beeler, and there's 1 away. We mentioned his ulnar nerve replacement surgery last season, or a transition surgery. It just does not sound all that nice. Not the only injury that he's had. In college, he did undergo Tommy John. Michael Burgess. First pitch, he tried to stop on a pitch up high. The appeal to third, he did hold. He started the turn and then backed away as that one came up and in. He was able to stop the bat from crossing. He'll get some dirt on his hands and stand back in. Now the wind, the 1-0. That misses way high. Beeler last year would have pitched for the Kansas City T-Bones of the American Association. He had signed with them, but then had to undergo that operation. On the 2-0, and Burgess swings, pops it up foul. That'll come back and out of play. Looking it up online, I think it's actually called ulnar nerve transposition surgery. Not transition, the way that the Skeeters worded it. There's a ball down low, 3-1. And they move the nerve to where it's not irritated or pinched by bone. Pitch to Burgess, a swing and a rip, just fair on the first base line. And all the way down into the right field corner. Burgess heading into second, and he'll pull in with a stand-up double. Boy, that was close. He ripped it. And fair the call, right behind the bag at first and right on the line. Kyle Kupitsa had one on the line earlier today, part of that big 4-run second. Now Burgess hits one right on the chalk. He had struggled before that hit. Was 1 for 28 in his last 8 games. The one was a home run. But good to see him get back in the hit column there, a double. Here's Zach Wilson. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike. And they don't overshift on Wilson here with a runner at second base. They do play him to pull. Both infield and outfield. He's 0 for 2 today, 2 ground outs. Swings here, comes up empty on a high fastball, 0-2. Beeler, he will throw 2-seamer and cutter. And we've seen him use the curveball very effectively, both to get ahead and at times to strike out. Here's the 0-2. Was a curveball, but it's low and away. Revs down 6-0 here in the 7th. That Burgess double, their third hit of the day. A Dotel single, a Witherspoon triple, and a Burgess double. On the stretch, the 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on, fouled back. Luke Westfall warming in the York bullpen. Skeeters have a lefty up as well. Won't be Hunter Cervenka, who got the win last night. Sounded like he was in the process of being signed by somebody. Twilight has befallen us. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss. And that was something different off speed from Beeler. That is his 9th strikeout of the night. That might have been a split, and I'm not sure we've seen that from him prior to that today. No, 2 down in the inning. Jose Cuevas will try to bust up the shutout. Burgess at second base. 6-0 Sugarland on top. Cuevas a strikeout and a flyout today. And he digs in, awaiting. First pitch, he swings, misses, high fastball. Beeler is trying to go 7 scoreless. He's ready. And the pitch, breaking ball, that's down and in. One ball, one strike. He deals, and a swing and a little chip foul. Rolling over toward the Revs dugout, it'll come to a stop. 1-2, and Beeler, who's got 9 strikeouts today. He already once has struck out the side in this one. Maybe trying to finish his outing here. The 1-2, and he does. Strike 3 called. On the outer edge, Cuevas reaches with his bat, perhaps to where he thought it crossed, drags his bat back and drops it. Plate ump Michael Durantes ignores that maneuver. But Beeler ends the top of the 7th inning with his 10th strikeout of the day. Strikes out the side around the Burgess double. And we go to stretch time here in Sugarland at 6-0 Skeeters.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
If you
are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIA-CREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Bottom of the seventh, 6-0 Sugarland. Luke Westfall will come in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. We'll pause here for station identification on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Well, an inning and a third scoreless for Zach Trees. And now Westfall in the game. Pitched here Friday night, 2/3 of an inning. Allowed a hit and a walk, but no runs. And Albert Cordero, the switch hitter, will bat from the right and lead it off. Cordero 0 for 2, but has walked and scored. Westfall ready to face him, nods yes to the sign. And will start his windup, a sideways step back. First pitch slider, and it dips in for a strike. Sharp bite on that. Luke and I share an affinity for Starbucks iced coffee, and there's one right in the hotel here. There's the 0-1, and a fastball called strike, outside corner. And you can bet that there's been a good amount consumed on this trip. The travel day Friday. Have to find one in transit tomorrow. There's the wine, the 0-2, and it's right there. Strike 3 called. Westfall right at him with 3 pitches. And a fastball at the knees punches him out. 92 on their board. So it's probably more like 94, 95. One down here in the bottom of the 7th. Westfall 0-1, a 5.59 ERA in 10 games. That is his 16th strikeout in 10 innings. Only 4 walks, 8 hits. There's Derek Norris. First pitch, fastball is down and away. His biggest downfall early in the year has been when a couple of the hits have been given up, hurt by the long ball a couple times. But in fact, of the 6 runs allowed, 3 came on 1 swing. The 1-0 and a foul tip back to the netting. And had some pretty good rush on that fastball early in a season, and it's only his 11th appearance. If you give up 1 3-run homer, that make a big impact on your ERA early on. Norris tonight 1 for 3, RBI double in the 5th, which capped an 11-pitch at bat. There's the wine, the 1-1, breaking ball called strike. Westfall's got it working tonight. Broke off that slider right there. Now ready to go. And the 1-2 slider, and it breaks low this time, trying to get him to chase. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Skeeters, 0-3 and 1 for York. Dusk here in Texas now. And Westfall ready, the wind and the 2-2. Fastball low. And Norris patiently works it all the way full. Luke has his sign. And the payoff pitch, swinging a foul tip, glanced off Clark's face mask. And back to the backstop. Norris stays alive, but Westfall's got good stuff tonight. Had good zip on that fastball. Norris in the majors with Tampa Bay just last season. Hit 9 home runs, only hit 201, but 53 games just last year. Another 3-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to second base. Casilla backs up to play the second hop. Lobs it on to first off his heels, but got it there. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Westfall got Norris to hit it weakly off the end of the bat. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the Revs. Don, we're counting on you to get us tomorrow afternoon. Here is Matt Chavez, 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike. Westfall looking for a clean 7th. And he's ready. Sets the hands, steps back, winds, fires, missed low. That one at 93 on their board, so probably 95 in reality. And 1 to Chavez, one of the newcomers this year. Westfall's pitch, that misses high. Last year in the American Association, he led the league in RBIs, hit 17 homers, hit .330 for Wichita. 1 RBI per game, 84 games played, 84 driven in. Westfall ready, the kick, the 2-1, and a swing and a miss. Fastball to the outer half, and Chavez blown by. 2-2. Chavez drafted by the White Sox out of the University of San Francisco 8 years ago. Got as high as high A, also playing in the Giants and Padres systems. Westfall ready, and the 2-2, a half swing, and he bounces a foul behind the plate. It was down and in, and a very late half chop at it from Chavez just to get a piece. Westfall looking to put him down in order here. Revs trail in the game 6-0. Looks like they'll be facing the Skeeters bullpen the final 2 innings. They've had continued activity out there. Westfall again on 2-2. And a swing and a roller up the middle. Casilla dives. He's got it in the glove, but has to hang on to it, and it's an infield hit. Now a weak dribbler over the mound. Alexi able to reach it fully stretched on the dive up the middle, but an infield hit for Chavez. Westfall looking for that clean inning, but not much you can do about that. And here is Dennis Phipps. Phipps 2 for 3, a home run in the second off the top of the wall in dead center. First pitch, fastball. It's a called strike. Also an RBI single in the 5th inning. Oh, 1, and a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Now that started a strike and ended up on the ground. Westfall, that overhand delivery, the slider as a result, gets some more top to bottom action than most. 0-2. Another one, this one low, and it snuck off the glove of Clark a few feet behind home. Chavez took off right away, and he'll make it. He advances to second base. And Phipps, after swinging on the previous one, they threw the same pitch. This time he laid off of it. 1-2. I think Westfall wants to confirm the signs with Clark. And a brief discussion will do that. And back on the mound and ready. And he's got it. Here's the stretch. The 1-2. And a check swing he went on a slider. Westfall 3 in a row. And got Phipps to offer it 2 of them. He had that thing working tonight. Fastball was crisp, and a strong 7th inning with a couple of strikeouts in it. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the 8th. Still 6-0 Sugar Land.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Was it? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, lefty James Russell, the new pitcher for Sugar Land. Major League vet takes over. And Dallas Beeler today was dominant. 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts. Travis Witherspoon will lead things off. 1 for 2, a triple in the 5th, 1 of the 3 hits. First pitch from Russell, a breaking ball low. Now one of 3 lefties in their bullpen. Hunter Cervenka in the process of getting signed from what we understand. Play Witherspoon to pull it. The 1-0, swings and misses, a fastball. First time seeing Russell in this series. The reason is it's only his second appearance. They just got him. There's the 1-1, swinging a foul against the net. Got a win in his debut with 2 scoreless innings the other night. It's against Long Island. It's at AAA Toledo earlier this year. He deals, and it's just down and in, 2-2. In the Tigers system at AAA. Been to the majors with the Cubs, Braves, and Phillies. Chicago from 2010, 14, and 15. Here's a swing and a foul back over the roof. Braves in 14. Phillies in 16. 7 seasons in the majors, 394 outings, also 6 starts. 4.09 ERA. He fires. And a swing and a foul tip squeezed. A slider to get him. Strikeout number 11 for Sugarland pitching tonight. One of the 3 hits was Dotel in the first inning. 15-game hitting streak. That's tonight's Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Jimmy John's will deliver to the entire office, now delivering from 3 locations in York. 970 Loucks Road, 2058 South Queen Street, and 150 Memory Lane. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meet. Here's Ruby Silva. First pitch, fastball. It's a called strike away, and he turns and has words for the plate ump Durantes. Didn't care for that. He has struck out both times today. Revs are down 6-0. The pitch to him. Swing and he reaches. Foul tips one at the feet of Norris. On a slider from Russell, it's 0-2. They'll give Norris a moment. That one got a piece of him. And now Pete Incaviglia and their athletic trainer Max Mahaffey will come out and give him a look. Our well-spanned sports medicine injury report on the Revs side. We've got Dent day-to-day with the bruised thumb, but could return tomorrow. And Malky Mesa day-to-day, some leg soreness, was not in the lineup tonight. Felt that last night. Frank DeGiulio Jr. out for the year with the elbow surgery. Jay Goss will rest for another week and then resume throwing or return to throwing. Some elbow soreness that he had. They're still checking on Norris. I don't know if it got toe. I would think above the knee where there's more muscle that it would hurt, but it wouldn't take him this long. I wonder if it was a toe that got hit, the way he's moving his feet around, kind of testing it out. And it looks like he will leave the game. So Albert Cordero will head from third base into their dugout and throw on the catcher's gear. Norris he's hurting from that. He's still bent over, talking with their trainer. He will gingerly walk toward the first base dugout. He's walking like he's old right now. Maybe the toe. So we'll have a moment while Cordero gets his gear on. And then they'll have to put somebody in at third base. It's an 0-2 count on Silva. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, everything else was played earlier today. Lancaster scored 4 in the 8th to come back and beat Southern Maryland 6-5, a 4-game sweep, and they've won 5 in a row. Now, if Sugarland wins, they'll still be 3 back. The Revs in danger of falling to 7 back. Somerset beat the Road Warriors 4-1. Vince Molesky, the winner on the mound, 6 innings of 1 hit ball, struck out 9, walked only 1. And Long Island, in 15 innings, beat New Britain 4-2 on a Lou Ford, yes, waddle-off home run, as they call it up there. 2-run shot in the 15th inning, 4-2. In the 7th inning, there was some sort of play where the umpires changed the decision twice, and both managers were ejected on it. Wally Backman, Kevin Baez. I know there's video on Twitter. Haven't had a chance to see it yet, but must have been some theatrics in that game. Now, Cordero has the gear on. Russell's been waiting for a few minutes, and they'll give him a couple of warm-ups here. Cordero was at third. I don't know why the plate signaled up here an inning ago, because now Walsh comes in to play second base. Oh, I'm sorry. They did make a change last inning. They just never announced it. Javier Betancourt had gone in. Now he goes over to third and Walsh goes into second, so their bench is emptied as far as position players. Silva will stand back in with an 0-2 count. And Russell the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on a slider, down and away. And it's the 12th strikeout of the day for Sugarland pitchers. Russell struck out both that he's faced. Each of the last 6 outs have been recorded on strikeouts. And they have now gotten Silva 3 times. Here's Tyler Clark, who's struck out and flied out. And the first pitch is down low. Revs trail 6-0 in the 8th. The 1-0. And watching all the way, called strike. When Russell was with the Cubs, he was traded to the Braves in July of 2014, along with Emilio Bonifacio, who's now with Long Island. Fires a strike here on Clark, jumps ahead 1-2. 14th round pick of the Cubs in 07 out of Texas. He was a Longhorn. And pitch to Clark, a bouncer to third. Betancourt backs up, plays the hop, fires it across, gets him by one big stride from Tyler, trying to get there at first. That'll end the inning. 1-2, 3/8 for Russell. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sugarland leading 6-0.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost every body, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 8th, 6-0, Sugarland the lead. And the Revs will get Jake Ezel some work for a second straight night. Faced 2 hitters last night, 1 out, 1 base hit allowed. And a run scored against him in the 7th inning, an inherited run that he had out there. But it was his first appearance since May 15th. He had a game where he had some hand cramping, came back from that to make 1 brief appearance, and then he had the stomach bug, and the schedule's been so spotty here recently with off days and all that. We just started a portion of the schedule that will get us into an everyday routine, but get him in here for the 8th inning. Last night, the first run and only the second, or the first earned run and only the second hit that he's given up all season. In 8 total appearances, 1-0 with a 1.23 ERA, 7 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Kubica will lead off. First pitch fastball is low. Kubica 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. Skeeters put up 4 then, and then 2 in the 5th. And they've held the Revs silent offensively. The 1-0, and that misses low. Revs head to New Britain tomorrow. I believe the hotel departure is 3 a.m. I'll need to figure that out probably before that happens. Here's the 2-0. And a fastball called strike, outside corner. A day full of travel. 6:35 at New Britain tomorrow. We'll be on at 6:30 after the Baltimore baseball show at 6. Dan's got a combination best of show tomorrow. He's somewhat off for the week. The 2-1, and that misses inside. Did get a new interview with young Orioles pitcher David Hess, so tune in for that. And then we're on at 6:15 the following 2 nights for 6:35 starts. Ezel now, the 3-1, and it caught the outside corner, a strike. Count goes full. Revs will be back here for 7 games next time. Here's the payoff pitch, and it misses down and away. Kubica with the walk. I wonder if he didn't like the previous strike. I don't think he did, because there on ball 4, he turned and looked back to the plate as if to sarcastically say, was that far enough outside? And Durante is talking with Tyler Clark about that. Here's Courtney Hawkins. This is game 3 of this series. We wouldn't even be halfway through the next visit here. First pitch to Hawkins is up and away. That'll come July 27th through August the 2nd. Now the 1-0, and a ground ball smack foul past the bag at third. Hawkins tonight 1 for 2, a bloop hit in the 2nd inning, stole a base and scored. It's also reached on a hit by pitch. He was a first-round pick of the White Sox. '13th overall out of high school in Corpus Christi, Texas, back in 2012. Was rated their #1 prospect in the system before 2013 by Baseball America. The 1-1 and a foul tip back to the net. A good fastball there from Ezel, jumps ahead of him. Hawkins began this year at Double-A with the White Sox. Really struggled though, 3 for 25 and was let go. Double-A is the highest he's been despite the ranking early on, and he swings here, hits it in the air and right. Mitchell backs up a step, now comes back in and makes the grab for out number 1. 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Anthony Jansanti up next. He is 1 for 2 on the night. All the defensive maneuvering, they moved him out to center field at the beginning of the 8th inning. First pitch from Ezel, a swing and a foul tip into the feet of Tyler Clark. They will give Tyler a moment. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be nearly what Derek Norris had in the top half of the inning. He had to leave the game. Clark's gotten a couple today, but he's tough. Here's the 0-1, and it breaks low and outside. Jansanti 1 for 2. RBI single in the second inning, and a run scored, his 5th RBI in this series. Also on base tonight on a walk. 1-1 and a breaking ball away. If you're hearing what sounds like Disney characters, some of the younger fans here are in front of our booth and watching on a tablet. Got to keep them entertained any way you can. The 2-1, it misses outside. Trust me, tablets are great. Or iPads or whatever your choice may be. Ezel, the 3-1, and he misses down and in. Ball 4 on Jansanti, second walk of the inning. And it'll be first and second with 1 out for Alvaro Rondon. The number of pitches thrown by the Revs today compared to Sugarland might be almost double. The Revs have really been silenced offensively. Beeler was very efficient. And then on the other side, York's had to battle. Ezel now wants to talk with Clark about the signs with a runner at second. Skeeters with 8 hits, 1 hit batter, and that's the 6th walk that they've drawn today. So they've had 15 base runners. The Revs have had 3. Ezel ready. First pitch to Rondon. It's up high as the mascot Swatson makes his way in front of our booth. He can just keep on going. There's the 1-0. And there's a called strike. Outer black. So Ezel spots up, evens things up. Rondon didn't think much of it, but who does? He's another one over from the American Association last year. It was the 1-1, and a fastball missed the corner away. He was with the Texas Air Hogs. Batted .283 there last season. teammate of Dennis Phipps. Stretch from Ezel. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a foul tip back to the backstop. Reaching on that one, it's 2-2. Sugar Land a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Now Ezel to set. And the 2-2, swinging a foul again. This one back over the roofing. They have a spectacular club level upstairs here. This is the newest stadium in the league. Of course, the Revs redoing their upstairs for next year, the 1741 club. Pitch and a breaking ball rolled over on the ground and threw into right. And Kubica at third will be held. Mitchell guns it in on the fly to the plate. No damage done yet, but a base hit to load him up. Rondon pulls it through the right side of the infield. And Skeeters with their 9th hit of the game. And loaded with one away. Javier Betancourt will have his first at bat of the night. He came in when they substituted defensively back in the 7th inning. He went to second base. It was the first pitch, fastball. It's a strike called at the bottom of the zone. And he went into the leadoff man Barnes' spot. So Jan Santi went from second to center, and since then, with Norris's injury, they had to switch again. It was the 0-1, and a swing and a miss, reaching for a breaking ball. First appearance of the series for Betancourt, who's 0 for 8 in 5 games, 1 start. Ezel ready. The 0-2. Fastball just missed low. Betancourt had previously been as high as AA in the Brewers system the last couple of years. Bases loaded, 1 out. And time asked for at the plate. He is looking for his first Atlantic League hit. And Ezel trying to prevent him from scoring in this bases loaded spot. Now ready, the 1-2. And it's in the dirt, bounces through Clark to the backstop, and Kubica is in to score. A wild pitch makes it 7-0. And the other 2 move up to second and third. For Ezel, the biggest thing this inning has been the command. Couple walks, now a wild pitch. And the Skeeters tack on 1. 2-2 to Betancourt. And Ezel ready. Pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow right. Mitchell in near the line. Burgess will angle over into foul ground and can't grab it. Attempting an over-the-shoulder grab, approaching that front row on the curled-in end section of seats. Just out of his reach, over his head. And he ended up sitting against that low wall for a moment as his momentum stopped. 2-2 it stays. Now Ezel ready. And back to the plate. Swinging a high fly, left center field. Silva coming over, checks to see where Spoon is. This is Ruby's ball. He catches it. He'll gun it toward the plate. but it's going to be late. And Jansanti hustles home and slides across. Sack fly makes it 8-0. First RBI for Betancourt. And Silva had to go a long ways in towards shallow left center, catch it, and then turn and throw home. And it skipped to the plate a little bit late. So 2 runs across in the inning. Throw went right in front of Rondon, the runner at second, so he's forced to stay there. And here is Albert Cordero, runner at second, 2 outs. And now 8-0 Sugarland. And Ezel with the pitch, swinging a little tapper, rolling along the line at first. Burgess will step up, gloves it fair, reaches to put the tag on Cordero as he broke off his path and went for their dugout, giving up the ghost. But the Skeeters add 2 more in the inning on 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the 9th inning. Now Sugarland an 8-0 lead.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The York County Solid Waste Authority is a proud sponsor of Go Green Night at the York Revolution on June 9th. The first 2,000 fans through the gate will receive a free eco-friendly cloth shopping tote. We call foul on plastic bags, and you should too. Visit www.ycswa.com for more earth-friendly tips. That's www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the 9th inning, 8-0 Sugarland leads. And Russell will stay in, looking to finish this one off over 2 innings of work. I don't know if they have a goal of getting him stretched out for a starter's role, or they're just going to save the other guys and let him go 2. He had a 1-2-3-8 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Jared Mitchell will lead it off, 0 for 3 today, and his 8-game hitting streak is at stake. A lefty against lefty to begin the 9th inning. And the first pitch, fastball, over for a strike. Russell's dad, Jeff Russell, pitched for the Rangers. He was a righty, 2-time All-Star. James is a lefty. Delivers, and a swing and a tip foul right at the feet of Cordero, the catcher. It's 0-2. Russell, 32 years old. Mitchell back out for a moment. Adjust his pants. I'm not sure if maybe he fouled that one off his own foot. Now back in there. And Russell nods yes, the 0-2. Breaking ball just outside. Back in 2012, Russell was 6th in the National League, 77 appearances with the Cubs. The 1-2. Swing and a bouncer came up and hit off Mitchell's helmet. That's foul. He reached for the breaking ball, topped it foul, but bounced up off his helmet. He's fine. So it stays 1-2 on him. Russell's got some hair. He's got a flow and a beard. I don't know how guys do that in this heat, but he fires home, and a swing and a nubber out in front of the plate. Cordero calls off Russell, picks up, and the throw is late, and it gets away up the line. Mitchell turns. He thought better of it. He'll stumble back to first. He would have beaten that anyway, though. A little dribbler between the mound and the plate. Cordero came out. He wanted to handle it. Maybe should have let Russell. And the throw late anyway. Mitchell safe at first. That'll bring up Alexi Casilla. I'm just waiting to see them put it up to be sure, and it is a hit. 9-game hitting streak for him. On the infield knock. Pitch to Alexi, a called strike. Outside corner. Well, the Revs only have 4 hits tonight, but one has extended Mitchell's streak and one has extended Dotel's. 0-1, swinging a rip but foul. Sharply on the ground past third. And that'll go all the way into the left field corner. Casilla tonight 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Skeeters pitching has struck out 12 Revs. No walks. Now Russell with the 0-2. Swing and a liner at second. Caught. Throw to first. Mitchell doubled off. By a whisker at first. They got him. Casilla trying to flare one over second, but right out Walsh, who caught it, got rid of it. And Mitchell out by a couple of inches, a stretch of the hand on the dive back. And the Revs down to their final out in this series. 2 down, and the base is empty. And Wellington Dotel will stand in. First pitch out of the windup, he takes a little bit low. 1 for 3 tonight, first inning single. Extending his hitting streak to 15. The league's longest of the year. Here's the 1-0. Swings and drives it foul the other way. Sailing over the walkway at the top of the stands. Looks like that's where the kids are gathering for post-game run the bases. Wind the pitch. Swing, and Dotel fouls it right down off his foot. And it rolls all the way out over the mound towards second base. And Wellington will take a moment and try to walk that one off. 1-2, Revs down to their final strike. He comes all the way back toward the backstop. Flexing, putting some weight on the left foot, trying to shake it off.
Father is waiting for you at your seat. Miss Beeman, time to return to your seat. Grady Beeman. Run to your seat quickly.
And now he'll make his way back to the dish. 1-2 with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. 8-0 Sugarland. Russell shakes off. Dotel will ask for time and back out. Now all parties set to go. The pitch, it's down low, 2-2. Russell known for using his slider as a primary pitch. but he does have a couple of fastballs. He fires, and a swing and a miss. Got him on the slider, down and in, tag applied, and that'll do it. Skeeters win the rubber game here tonight in shutout fashion, 8-0. Revs held to 4 hits. Skeeters pitchers struck him out 13 times on the night. And Dallas Beeler, the combined shutout, strikes out 10. Albert Cordero having some words with Dotel afterward. He can just go on through the victory line. I remember him being a chirper last year. He's always got something to say. And the Revs will next see the Skeeters later in June, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at home. Then again, a couple of weeks after that. Again, a couple of weeks after that. The next 3 meetings all in York. And then back here at the end of July. But a tough one tonight. Tough last 2 to this series after winning the opener. And this one puts the Revs 7 back. Sugar Land stays within 3 in the division. But an 8-0 final score here tonight. Revs are shut out in a game for the second time this season. The first time since May 13th in a 6-inning game, a rain-shortened doubleheader game against New Britain. So it's on to New Britain. Revs 1-2 on this road trip. They'll look to rebound back in the Northeast. 8-0 is the final score tonight. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
By royal command of the little princess living in your house, Mom and Dad, you are hereby invited to Princess Day with the York Revolution. Dress Her Royal Highness in her princess costume on Sunday, June 10th, for pictures and tea with her favorite storybook princesses. Take your royal portrait with Cinderella's coach and get tips from YouTube makeup celebrity That Girl Shay. Princess Day at People's Bank Park, Sunday, June 10th. Glass slippers optional. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
Nitro Circus presents the Next Level Tour. In 2018, we're stepping things up a notch and taking the world's biggest ramps on the road. These are the ramps that have only been seen at Travis Pastrana's house and the Nitro World Games. And now they're coming to you. So come check it out, York. This tour is too big for indoors. This tour is next level. Coming to People's Bank Park on Friday, June 15th. Tickets on sale now through nitrocircus.com.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs shut out today. 8-0 is the final score. Daryl Henry back with you. We welcome you to the post-game show and recapping things as the Revs fall to 16-14. Sugarland now 22-12. They will stay within 3 games of Lancaster for first. Revs fall to 7 games back. And 33 games remain in the first half. Even if they don't make up that deficit, these games are going to be important for the overall record. If Somerset, who's in first, say if they win both halves, a wild card would come into play. So Revs may be 7 back, but in some ways you can't even afford to look at that. You've just got to continue to go out and try to win each series, even if that's not enough in the first half. Not saying it wouldn't be with 33 games to go. It would be difficult, though. They don't even play Lancaster again until the second half, but bottom line, whatever happens, these next 33 in the first half could still be important for bigger picture things. But today it was Dallas Beeler who stole the show right away. He is our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game. 7 scoreless innings, just 3 hits, didn't walk any, and struck out 10 to earn the win. Revs with a 2-out single from Wellington Dotel in the first inning, extending his hitting streak to 15, but Beeler retired the next 12 in a row until a Witherspoon triple with 2 outs in the 5th. He was left on base. The only other hit against Beeler was a 1-out double by Burgess in the 7th inning, but Beeler struck out the other 3 in that inning for his second strikeout of the side on the day, and then James Russell 2 scoreless innings to close it out, giving up just an infield hit to Jared Mitchell in the 9th. That did extend his hitting streak to 8. So the Revs, who only had 4 hits, they did take advantage in terms of extending the 2 long hitting streaks that they have going. But offensively, for Sugarland, more than enough today. They scored 4 runs in the second inning. Dennis Phipps, a leadoff homer off the top of the wall in center. Kubica then doubled. Hawkins a bloop single. And that bloop was unfortunate for Severino. Made it first and third with still no outs. Hawkins stole second. And Anthony Jansanti then a big hit. Didn't necessarily hit it hard, but served it in to shallow center and brought home Kubica with a run. And Hawkins held to make sure the ball got down, and that gave Witherspoon a real chance to throw him out going to third, but as luck would have it, the throw bounced off his back, changed direction, and went out of play, allowing Hawkins to score, and they awarded Jansanti all the way around to third base. He would score from there on an Alvaro Rondon sac fly. Severino was 1-2-3 the next 2 innings, but after a pair of 1-pitch outs to begin the 5th, ran into some further trouble. A walk to Cordero. Derek Norris won an 11-pitch battle with an RBI double to left center. Another walk, and then Phipps with an RBI single up the middle to make it 6-0. And that's where Severino's day would end. His previous high for runs allowed in a start was 3. That's a pretty good 6 starts to open the season. Today, the first time that he really struggled, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Walked 3 and struck out 1, but he will look to get back on track next, facing Long Island when the team is back home this coming weekend. Zach Treese came on for him to finish the 5th, got a fly out and then a scoreless 6th. Luke Westfall in the 7th gave up only an infield hit, struck out a couple. Skeeters, though, did add 2 more runs in the 8th, doing so against Jake Ezel, who walked a couple in the inning. Both of those walks scored, and one coming home on a wild pitch, the other on a sac fly from Betancourt, and that's how it added up to an 8-0 Sugarland win here tonight. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier today, Lancaster scoring 4 in the 8th to come back and beat Southern Maryland 6-5. Somerset beat the Road Warriors, taking 2 out of 3. 4-1 was the final at TD Bank Ballpark. And Long Island, a 2-run walk-off homer from Lou Ford in the 15th inning to beat New Britain by a final score of 4-2. That Liberty Division race with both teams winning. Long Island stays 3.5 games back of Somerset, who's now 20-12 with their win today. Check some Major League scores on this Sunday. First, we'll update you on the NBA Finals Game 2, early fourth quarter, and the Warriors a 1-0 series lead. They lead this game by 13 points, 96-83, trying to go up 2-0. Major League Baseball today, the Sunday night game, Red Sox a 6-3 lead up the highway in Houston. That game in the 7th inning at Minute Maid Park. The Cubs beat the Mets 2-0 earlier today at Citi Field. We'll update the rest if the internet ever cooperates. Blue Jays an 8-4 win in Detroit. The Cubs win was a John Lester specialty today. He combined on a 3-hitter, 2-0. Braves beat the Nationals 4-2. A walk-off homer from Charlie Culberson in the bottom of the 9th inning at SunTrust Park. White Sox beat the Brewers 6-1. The Twins a 7-5 win over the Indians. 3 home runs in the game from Eddie Rosario, a 3-home run day. And the third one was a walk-off. Didn't realize that. The Twins beat the Indians 7-5. What a charm day that was for the Twins. Eddie Rosario, his second career 3-home run game. The A's a 5-1 win in Kansas City. The Cardinals had Michael Wacha take a no-hitter into the 9th that was broken up, but a 2-hit shutout as the Cardinals beat the Pirates 5-0. Dodgers a 10-7 win at Coors Field against the Rockies. Phillies lost in San Francisco 6-1. Jake Arrieta took the loss in that one and blasted the Phillies infield shift defenses afterwards. A lot of bleeder hits that led to big things against him today, and he had a post-game press conference to remember. The Angels beat the Rangers 3-1 as Justin Upton hit his 12th homer in that one. Mariners over the Rays 2-1 was the final score. D. Gordon a late RBI single to put the Mariners ahead. Diamondbacks a 6-1 win over the Marlins. The Padres double up the Reds 6-3. Hunter Renfroe a grand slam for San Diego. And the Orioles and Yankees were postponed this morning, very early in the day, postponed at Camden Yards. We've had terrible weather back home during this weekend, and they'll make up that one in August. That is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard here today. Final, once again, in our game, Revs fall here at Sugarland 8-0. And your totals in this one for the Skeeters, they score 8 times in the game on 9 hits. No errors, 6 men left. The Revs shut out on 4 hits, 1 error, and only 2 men left on base. 3 left on base for the Revs today. Win goes to Dallas Beeler. He is 2-1. The loss to Dominic Severino. He is 2-2. So the Revs will head to New Britain and look to rebound after dropping these last 2. Once again, tomorrow we'll be on at 6:30, a 6:35 first pitch. I dare say weather permitting, but it is scheduled to be Zach Groats against Mark Hamburger in the series opener tomorrow. Baltimore baseball show at 6, and again, we'll be on at 6:30 in time for the start. We hope you can join us then, and back on at 6:15 each of the following 2 nights, and then we'll get back home to People's Bank Park on Thursday. Once again, the final tonight here in Sugarland, the Skeeters 8 and the Revs nothing. Until tomorrow, Darrell Henry saying so long from Texas, 8-0 the final. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:30 from Connecticut, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to the Atlantic League champion York Revolution on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager Mark Mason every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out WOYK1350.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. The Atlantic League champion York Revolution, all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.